last time I saw you, we were on Pritchett Canyon.
Yes.
We were dusty, dirty, and your son was making me feel horrible about the way I wheel because I felt so great about it. And he comes down, he's like, "You're doing really good, Tiffany." And I'm like, "You know what? Thank you. I really take that." But he has you as a father, wonderful person. Walk me through what it feels like to be inducted this year into ORMHOF.
It is absolutely insane. Like, it didn't really sink in until like today when I walked in, and there's a 10-foot poster of my face. It's like, holy smokes, this is pretty crazy. I guess I'm one of the younger inductees ever, and I'm surrounded by all these legends, absolute legends. Even when I was a kid, I had the Rough Rider poster hanging in my bedroom, and now I'm bidding on it at the silent auction because those guys are so cool still, and I get to be on the wall with them. So it's very overwhelming and humbling, and I don't take it lightly. I'm so grateful, and I couldn't be here without the help of a lot of people. A lot of people helped me get here. The list is long. I've got it written down, and there's hundreds of people, from the moderators of Pirate 4x4 to our on-air personalities. Before there was YouTube Live and all that stuff, we were streaming live shows with, $30,000 satellites and T1 lines run to the middle of nowhere, all kinds of crazy stuff. And, we had lots of smart people kind of architect how to do it, and if we want to do this, how do we do it? Because it wasn't done before, and so all those people really share this with me. It wasn't just me, I'm lucky that I'm here, and I'm very grateful, but absolutely all those other people that helped me get here, it's a piece of it's for them as well, because I was just lucky enough to be, the guy in charge, but for sure, all those people were just as smart, if not smarter than me, and made it all happen. And we were at the right place at the right time in the 90s, and we got just a leg up on the competition, and just had a passion for it, and ran with it. And when something's your passion and it's your hobby first, as you know,
yes.
Right? It makes work easy. It's fun.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun doing that for as long as we did, and it's something I'm very grateful for. And now I don't have to do it for work; it's just fun, which is kind of nice.
Yep.
My son's like, "Don't you miss it, Dad?" I go, "Yeah, there's bits and pieces that I miss, but I definitely enjoy not having to do it for work anymore, and just getting to do it whenever I want, how I want, and not have to cater to the advertisers and all that stuff." But I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss it.
Well, talking about that and going back to what you're talking about with satellites and all that, now we have people like Bryce Menzies who's putting a Starlink on his trophy truck so we can be able to watch him. That's so crazy. And, you mentioned being able to do certain things like this, and it's fun, and sometimes it's a little scary. I still get a little scary out there because I hate being off camber. I don't know, whoever really likes that. I can drive down a steep hill or do something technical, but that off camber part, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, my son Connor.
Yep.
He's 13 now. I think when you four-wheeled with him, was it last year or 2 years ago? 2 years ago. So he was 11, and he doesn't have that fear gene.
Yes.
He's a mountain bike racer, and he goes down the craziest stuff on his mountain bike. So you put him in the seat of the Jeep, and he doesn't have to pay for it, for one thing, and the consequence. He doesn't have that consequence fear that we do.
Yes.
When he tumbles it, Dad's going to have to take care of it, You tumble your Jeep, you have to take care of it. So
100%.
I mean, he's got that going for him, but in competition, you have to go for it, And he wants to compete, and I kind of want him to compete, but Mom doesn't necessarily want him to compete. So.
Well, talking about that, obviously you are heavily involved in Rock Motorsports and, pretty much everything off-road. Where have you seen Rock Motorsports from the 90s, like what you were talking about, and a few years later, like we just had the Ultra 4 finals in Disney, Oklahoma. That was crazy, and the field is just growing, and the classes are growing as well.
Yeah, I mean, rock crawling and rock sports in general, they've come leaps and bounds. There's no question. When I started, at the very beginning of rock crawling competitions in 1999, 1998, the Bob Hazel events, and then the ARCA events were right after that, and I competed in all of those. And I had a Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40 was sprung over, and it was awesome, and now there's $400,000 vehicles in Ultra 4, and even the rock crawling buggies are absolutely gravity defying machines that would have made short work of a lot of the courses that we did back then. So technology is a good thing, and it keeps progressing the sport, and I think it's awesome. It makes me kind of want to get back into it, but not really.
But kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Sometimes
really.
Jesse Haynes. Kind of. But so maybe someday, my son and I might do it. We've thought about getting into desert racing or rock crawling, maybe UTV racing. I don't know. But for right now, we're just having a good time watching our friends do it and riding their bikes and all that good stuff. So.
Well, there's a big race that I probably know and you probably know that mix a little bit of desert and a lot of bit of rocks called King of the Hammers, and that's probably something you're going to do. Well, Lance, it's so great to talk to you, especially because, like I said, last time I was crying on the way to the trailhead because we were about to do Pritchett, and that one, the first time, freaked me out because I did it on 35s and a 2-inch lift. But I asked Brad Lovell this earlier because you both are being inducted this year, and I know it's probably going to be hard, but one word, just one word, what does it mean to be inducted for 2022 into ORMHOF?
That's definitely a tough one. I mean, for me, honestly, it's just humbling. I would have, if you would have told me back in 1996 when I started this whole crazy thing that I was going to be in the Off-Road Hall of Fame, I would have said you're nuts. No, this is a hobby. I'm just putting my four-wheeling pictures on the internet because that's what I was going to school to do, to be a network engineer, and I just never would have guessed. It's been a whirlwind.
Awesome. Well, you heard it here from Lance Clifford. It's humbling to be able to do this. I've got goosebumps once again. I feel like every time I keep talking to you guys, I keep getting those. So thank you so much. Hopefully I'll see you on the trail again. Thank you, guys.